Hello everyone, how are you all? कैसे हैं आप सभी लोग? I hope you all must be having a great time. Welcome back to the class, guys. And now let us move ahead in our World Geography Mapping series, which we had already launched for your upcoming Prelims 2026. In this particular lecture, we are going to start with a new continent, that is North America. Now, those people who are new to this video, directly coming to this video, let me tell you that we have already started this series with South America, and this continent we have covered. Now, those people who are following this series sincerely, they must have not only completed this but taken this particular South American continent on their tips, which I have told you in the first lecture, guys. I hope this difference you must be analyzing in your knowledge base, right? So now with this particular lecture, we are going to take down this North American continent too. What will be the approach? The approach is going to be same. In order to understand a new continent, that is, we are going to take North America now. So North America also, we will be dividing it first of all by understanding its political feature. Now the best part over here is that there are less countries which you have to focus. There are some chaotic countries also. Chaotic means difficult to understand, difficult to learn their actual position, but we will be learning it. I will be trying hard to make you understand that too. But easier way, political features are easy over here, North America, because you will be finding three major countries and then there were Caribbean countries and some Central American countries, right? Political features, why they are important, as I have told you, that they are often mentioning the places, the regions in conflict, right? The bounding countries, the neighboring countries also, that this particular country is bounding with how many countries, what are the countries. So these type of questions you are seeing frequently in the prelims, which I have made you analyze in the earlier lectures too. So that's why the sequence is important, guys. For those who are watching it from here, I would suggest you to watch it from the starting, because then you will be coherently connected with me, right? So political feature, the most chaotic political features which are going to come of which continent do you think? Africa. So wait for the Africa, and let me tell you, if you will be going through this space only, Africa will be a cakewalk for you again. Just be connected. Whatever I am telling you, listen it as it is, right? The other component over here which we are going to understand is the physical feature, like that, likewise, which we have seen. And in physical feature, the important components comes like mountains, which frequently are coming in the exams. If not mountains, then lakes. If not lakes, then they will be asking you rivers. If not rivers, then they will be asking you deserts. These are the fixed landforms which they are going to ask you. If not, then they are grasslands and certain miscellaneous other information also, right? These are miscellaneous, that once in a while, once in 10 years they might ask, but these are something important, because then they can match this information, mountains of North America, mountains of South America, or everybody combined, and one question will be coming like this. Then it becomes difficult, let me tell you, right? So likewise, I'll be asking you, because now South America has been completed, and I assume that you have that particular continent on your tips, so I'll be asking the questions from there too, right? So let us move ahead and understand North America. But before understanding North America, this is one program, one amazing program which we have launched for your upcoming prelims, guys. A very innovative in itself, prelims boot camp. What do you understand by this? Prelims boot camp means it will not only be about the classes. We are going to have these long classes over here. That means we are not going to unnecessarily stretch a particular subject for n number of days. So we'll be taking a particular subject, and within 2-3 days, by keeping it like by keeping the classes long hours, means 8 to 10 hours, we are going to have these classes. After those classes, we are going to practice this also. Over here is the Trinetra. Trinetra basically is about the questions which you are not able to solve in the examination, but you have to solve based upon the trends, based upon the tricks, the psyche which UPSC examiner have, right? So from here you will be understanding that, you will be applying it in your life practices. We will be helping you out with these long classes. We will be making you conceptually sound too. Now this prelims boot camp again is a part of Sambhav umbrella program, prelims program, right? This I have already told you. Now if you want to excel in print shortly, you can go ahead with this particular program, guys. Do check it out. So now let us move ahead in our understanding of North America. South America has been done and dusted by us, right? So over here, let me tell you, where was the equator? Equator was somewhere around over here. You must be recognizing it. Not exactly, but you must be knowing that over here BCE countries were there, right? This is equator over here. South America latitudes, if you will be telling me 12 degrees something around, then over here this is 56 degrees something around over here. Now let us see this North America continent. North America continent is being started from this particular point, which you can see over here. It is an isthmus. Isthmus, again I am telling you, already I have told you, then when these broad land masses are there, but if this is connected with a small strip of landmass only, then this is your isthmus. But if it is separated by a small body of a river or river body, then it is called as strait. Right? This difference I have told you. Now this is over here connected with a small strip of landmass. That's why it is an isthmus. Panama Isthmus it is known as, right? Now this particular American continent starts from here and ends where? Over here, or it will be including Greenland too. So North America continent, this might be confusing, guys. North America continent not only include this, but also include their Greenland continent, Greenland country also. Greenland landmass is correct to say. Right, this is Greenland over here. We will be understanding about the political feature. Greenland. First, we are trying to understand the geographical spread of North America, geographical sense of North America, right? And from the right sense, I'll not be making you understand the lame things, but where the confusion remains. So Greenland, basically this landmass is a part of North America continent, but the overall hold, the political hold of which country is there? Denmark, right? So it is a European country, that's why, right? But this is not in Europe. This is in basically your North American continent. So geographically, this landmass is a part of North America, but politically this landmass or this particular political hold is of Europe. I hope you have understood this. Now you understand over here, this particular area is which you can see over here, like over from here, this is a Mexico. But in between that, you are seeing certain countries over here. These countries are nothing but also known as Central America, guys. Central America, right? And there are a lot of countries in Central America which we have to learn, and this is what chaotic about over here. Now you can understand this is Mexico over here, this is USA over here, this is Canada over here, and USA is not just this. We'll be understanding that USA one portion is this also, that is Alaska. I'll be letting you understand. Just see the particular overall thing over here right now. And then there are certain islands which you are seeing over here. These islands, these are known as Caribbean islands, right? So this also we have to see over here. And then there are a lot of islands also are remaining over here. So that also we have to understand. So the chaotic part is basically this and this. Rest is just Canada, USA, Mexico. Easy to understand. But the chaotic part over here, which you have to understand politically, and which you have, where you have to spend your energy also, and where I'll spend my energy too. Right. So if you will be seeing on this map, try to understand, connected from the Colombia and basically Continental over here. So what are the spread of this particular, first of all, you will be understanding the latitudes. Again, I have told you that roughly you have to understand the latitudes. So when you will be seeing that this is just above equator, so it will not be 15 degree, it will not be 30 degree, it will not be 40 degree. Obviously, it will be close to equator. So it is 7 degree 12 minutes something. You can remember approximately 7 degree from here. The North American spread starts, the latitude, and it ends somewhere. This is the top portion which you are seeing over here. So it must be ending somewhere in 80s, because the latitude, the highest latitude is 90 degree only. So it ends somewhere around in 83 degree approximately to 84 degree, guys. Approximately you try to understand, not fix. This particular information is not needed. What is the exact latitude and longitude? Again, I am saying the things where exact things are needed, there also I am telling you that focus upon that. Over here, somewhere around, if you will be seeing the landmass, where this North America continent landmass starts from, so you will be understanding that it must be starting from Greenland. So when you will take it from the Greenland, then it is near to your basically 0 degree longitude. So that's why there will be a mismatch. Whenever you will be finding, there will be a mismatch with respect to the longitudes of North America. But now you must understand, sometimes they will be taking from Greenland, sometimes they might take it from the extreme edge of this. That's why there is a mismatch with respect to longitude. Again, you don't have to learn, you just have to see through this particular what I am telling you. You just have to see through from a broader understanding. So sometimes over here they give it as 12 degree, and sometimes over here they give it as 20 degree. So roughly you have to take a guess that, okay, it is basically in the Western hemisphere only. I'll be telling you about that too. And this, if you will be seeing Alaska, then it will be touching around 180 degrees something around, because I'll be showing you that this is the end of a particular longitudes. Okay, see over here. This is a bit straight. So this particular over here, you will be finding that Russia will be starting. And this is 180 degree over here. Somewhere around, if you will start from 12 degree, 10 degree, it will be getting started. If you will start here 20 degree, it will be getting started. But this is a flat spread. The globe or our earth is not flat, right? So if I ask you where this North America continent is situated, how you will be knowing it, or how you will be saying it, right? So you will be saying that is North American continent completely present in the northern hemisphere, right? Is the North American continent completely present in the Western hemisphere, right? So North Western hemisphere is the location of your North America continent. First of all, you take, because South America, I have told you, a small portion is in the North America too, North hemisphere too, right? So like this, you should have an understanding, a broad understanding. Nobody will ask you again the latitudes and longitudes of a particular continent, right? So now you see the seas or oceans which are present over here. So this is the North Atlantic Ocean. This is the South Atlantic Ocean. This is the South Pacific Ocean. This is the North Pacific Ocean. Also, you are seeing that this is the Pacific coast over here, entire Pacific coast, right? But over here, there will be certain small seas also, some small gulf also you are going to see now, which we will be understanding in this particular lecture only. So Caribbean Sea, over here you are going to find, near to that Caribbean countries will be understanding, Central American countries will be understanding. Now this is easy to understand. See this in map also, that Mexico, USA and Canada. This will be understanding later on, right? First of all, we'll be focusing upon or giving our energy upon the chaotic part. If we'll learn this chaotic part over here, we are good to go, right? So over here, Central America we'll be focusing upon, and the Caribbean islands over here will be focusing upon what to learn, what to leave, and how to learn this basically, right? So first, see these particular Central American countries. Now, before understanding this, you must have heard about this word as Latin America. Can you tell me which all countries comes under Latin America? Most of you might, those who don't know, they must be saying the Central American countries. And the Latin America are those countries basically where you speak Spanish or Portuguese, right? These are the European languages which you are finding. So most of you will be saying that Latin America is the Central American countries over here, which you are seeing. But not only this, Latin American countries includes the Central American countries also, and the South America too. So Central America and South America too, because over here also these languages are being spoken. So this is entirely over here you will be finding Latin America, just for information purpose, right? Not, you will not be asked in the examination. Now over here you find that Mexico and Colombia. Colombia information you have, guys. Colombia, you know the information now. If you want to draw the map, will you be able to draw the map? Right? This you will be finding. After Venezuela, you automatically will be drawing the Colombia and Ecuador, a small Ecuador over here. And now here the landmass is connected. Now see the connection with which country. First of all, how many countries which we have in Central America? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 countries are there in Central America over here, right? And the touch you will be finding from Colombia is of Panama. This is the Panama country over here. Panama is like famous for many things. Panama Papers, about Panama Papers you must have heard about Panama Canal. This is a very famous route over here which has been created, right? Panama, one country over here you'll be finding, connecting with the Colombia, right? Connecting with the South America. Over here in the top also with Mexico, you will be seeing the connection of these Central American countries. Very small countries you will be finding over here, and largely they are used for tax havens. This tax havens concept you must have understood in your economy subject, right? Now a lot of islands which you must have heard in your economy, the Cayman Islands, the Panama paper scandals, all will be coming over here. Also you try to understand that on one side there is Caribbean Sea, on one side there is Pacific Ocean. Caribbean Sea is the part of Atlantic Ocean. Don't forget this too. Now if I ask you that where does Amazon River drains into? Amazon River drains into Pacific or Atlantic? If I ask where does Orinoco River drains into? And they will never give you Amazon because this is a big river, everybody must be knowing. They will be giving you Orinoco and then 3-4 other names. And like this question have come once in the examination, right? Orinoco River, where it drains to, Pacific or Atlantic? Atlantic, right? This type of understanding you should have, guys. So the borders over here you will be finding with Caribbean Sea and the borders with Pacific Ocean. See, first of all, this one country, Panama, you have seen. Now over here you see this Belize over here. Now this particular part is having two countries over here, that is Belize and Guatemala. Capital also try to understand Belmopan. Over here we'll just be seeing the location of these countries. These countries are not that much significant that we'll be understanding inside details of these countries, right? So just capitals and a particular location of that particular country. Belize, Guatemala. Then over here, how you will be remembering these three countries over here? Like this. Again, one type of three countries you have to remember with respect to this El Salvador, Honduras and Nicaragua. Whenever you will be hearing one country out of that, the two countries you should remember. Honduras is related to El Salvador and Nicaragua. Again, you check it out that El Salvador and Nicaragua are not touching each other, right? And then you are finding Costa Rica and Panama, guys. So if you want to learn this, then you have this strip over here. And this strip is containing your about 7 countries. This is containing 2 countries over here. Then over here you are having the 3 countries over here. And then you are having 2 countries over here, right? So like this you have to remember. I'll be letting you have that on the map too. First of all, the location part. Panama, you don't need to remember. You already remember that it is connection with the Colombia. It is the isthmus also. Then Costa Rica is important. You must have heard about this in the news also. In the destination, you can find it as the tourist destination important, right? So Costa Rica. Then Nicaragua, Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, Belize. Now, first of all, see these 2 countries, Belize and Guatemala. These 2 countries over here are important, right? So over here, their capitals is Belmopan, that is of Belize, and Guatemala is simple Guatemala city, no need to remember. So the remembering part over here with respect to Belize, and that is B for Belmopan. Take a Bell something, you remember Bell and Bell, Belmopan, Belize, right? Again, I can tell you the mnemonics, but I will not go for these heavy things. In Africa, I will not be telling you African continent. I will not be telling you any of the mnemonics, guys. And you will be able to remember, right? Just follow it, what I am saying. Guatemala, Belize, Belmopan. Then you will be finding El Salvador, Honduras, and over here your Nicaragua. Okay. El Salvador is having the capital San Salvador, no need to remember. Nicaragua is having the capital Managua, no need to remember. Why? Because you automatically will be understanding that. But Honduras over here is important because its capital is Tegucigalpa. Tegucigalpa over here. Tegucigalpa. It is of Honduras. Right? And also this Guatemala is touching to Honduras too. Okay? But Nicaragua and over here you will be finding. Again, Costa Rica is San Jose. Panama is Panama City. Nothing difficult over here because you have to remember the capital cities of Costa Rica, Honduras and Belize only. Other capitals are easy to understand. San Salvador, Managua, Panama City, Guatemala City. Right. Now let us try to revise it what we have seen, what small information we have found over here. Okay, so over here you will be finding Belize. What is the capital over here? Belmopan. Try to say it with me. Over here you have, or try to imagine also with me. Over here you have found Guatemala. And the capital city, Guatemala City over here. Then you have seen a small country over here, that is El Salvador. Capital San Salvador. Then you have found over here one more country. And the capital which Tegucigalpa. Right, capital I have told you to remember. Right, then you will be finding one country over here, that is Nicaragua. This is Honduras. Tegucigalpa. Nicaragua, Managua. No need to remember. Then Costa Rica you have found over here, guys. Costa Rica. Costa Rica is San Jose or San Jose, the way you want to speak. Pronunciation is not the problem over here. And then you will be finding this Panama City, Panama country, Panama City connected with Colombia over here. This side your Caribbean Sea, the famous tourist spots, and this side over here you will be finding the Pacific Ocean. And this is a basic understanding right now which you have taken. Now, if you will be practicing it one more time, will you be feeling to remember any uh, mnemonics? That I would not suggest, because in the end there is huge, the most difficult thing over here to have these all this vastness on the tips, guys. So for tips, mnemonics will become overlapping. आप कंफ्यूज कर जाओगे कौन सा निमोनिक्स ही ध्यान में नहीं आएगा, ठीक है. That's why I'm saying tried and tested methods are these. हम भी like in my initial attempt I was stuck in this mnemonics and all, but ultimately it is not useful. ये जो आप चीज आप efforts लगा रहे हो, this is for like longer time period, right? So this chaos we have seen over here, see in the below. Now we will be focusing upon this chaos also over here, guys. We'll try to zoom it out. अब थोड़ा सा zoom करेंगे and then we will be, because a lot of countries are over here. Here are only 3. Over here there are a lot of island countries, and this is the zoomed out picture of that particular area which I was showing you, right? That means, can you remember this Belize? Can you remember the nearby Guatemala? Then over here El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua. Now after Nicaragua there is connection with Costa Rica. So Costa Rica is not having any connection with Honduras. Try to remember, right? And in between them there is Caribbean Sea. Now there are a lot of countries, island countries which you are seeing, and these are island countries of Caribbean, and that's why these are known as Caribbean countries, guys. Okay, and this above it is known as Gulf of Mexico. That also I'll be telling you what is Gulf. So if in this you can see, this is Gulf portion, and over here Mexico. Below that you have learned Belize, Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, and now we are focusing on these countries. Okay, the view from here also you try to see. Now over here you will be seeing a lot of names, which I'll not recommend you to remember all the names, but there are certain countries which you should know that okay, their position is over here in the Caribbean. They are not the island of, again I am saying Pacific, they are not the island of Indian Ocean, they are not the island of Atlantic. This much understanding you should have. Like Falkland you right now know. Reunion you have to understand. There are a lot of islands which are going to come, guys. Okay, so for that purpose there should be a list, some list of Caribbean countries that you should know that now, no, this is not in that particular ocean, these are present in over there, right? For example, if I ask you about the Hawaii Island, where are they situated? Most of you, if you are not having an idea, you will be putting them over here, Hawaii, because a lot of names you will be finding similar pronunciating names over here, right? Similar sounding names. So let us see. The most famous name for the tourist spot over here you must have heard about is the Bahamas. The Bahamas is over here, guys, you see. And the capital of Bahamas is Nassau, right? Just see the places over here first of all. Then you will be finding one very important place which you must have read it in your Cold War history too. Cold War history. This place held importance, Cuba over here. That is also known as Cuban Missile Crisis. From here only you will be finding one socialist leader, that is Fidel Castro. Important. Now this Cuban is also important from the tobacco exports point of view. Tobacco production happens over here, huge. Now these type of information no need to understand. Just understand that okay, Cuba is over here, and the capital you are seeing the Havana. You must have heard this Havana over here in the songs also, right? So don't make it complicated. Just remember Cuba, Havana over here, and whenever with respect to any subject you will be reading about Cuba, Cuban Missile Crisis, then you think about that over there, right? Right now over here just have a geographical perspective. Then over here you are having this Cayman Island, short with respect to Cuba only. Now this Cayman Island is a not independent country. This is a UK territory, guys. UK overseas territory you are going to find over here. This Falkland also I have told you about. Galapagos I have also told you about. Easter Island also I have told you about. So keep that separate too, and keep that remembered also, right? That you are remembering that too. Also one more fact about Cuba, if you want to remember, this is one of the largest island in the Caribbean. This one fact you should write. Largest island in the Caribbean island is Cuba only. Then you are going to find, as you will be moving ahead, over here you are seeing Jamaica. Important country over here, Jamaica, and its capital is Kingston, right? Jamaica, you must have heard this country for the cricket team too, right? Then you will be moving ahead over here and you will be finding Haiti. And when you must have understood that when Christopher Columbus was in search of finding the Indies, basically the Indian countries he wanted to find, but when he took this route over here, he came in this particular country only, Haiti. Right. Later on, this particular continent was given the name America, and North America and South America by Amerigo. One person named as Amerigo you will be finding. So Haiti over here, the capital of Haiti is Port-au-Prince, right? And then this particular landmass is divided between another country too, and that country is Dominican Republic. The capital is Santo Domingo. Santo Domingo. Right, don't get it confused. Again, make it clear over here. We started with the Bahamas, Cuba, Cayman is also attached to it, Cayman Island. Then you have seen Jamaica. Then in between that you will be finding Haiti, Dominican Republic in one landmass. You will be finding. Okay. Then you will be finding Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico capital is San Juan, not San Jose, San Juan. You can leave these capitals because these are small island countries. No need to remember their capital too. But don't get confused with it, San Jose. San Jose, right? Okay, then I will not recommend you to go ahead and read all these particular islands. It will be easy for me to mark, but that will not be easy for you to remember, right? It will be complicated, and जो अभी तक याद करा है वो भी मुश्किल हो जाएगा, right? You will not be able to remember the things which we have already done too. But one more country over here which I want you to focus is Trinidad and Tobago. Just let me remove my video so that you can see what is behind me, right? So see over here, that is Trinidad and Tobago. Very important over here you will be finding. And this Trinidad and Tobago, you are finding that it is near the coastal area of Venezuela too. Port of Spain over here, you must be seeing the capital over here, right? Okay, so only these countries you try to focus upon. If question will come, question will be from here only, and the question will not come of only one island. Let me tell you, they will be giving you one island from here, for example Trinidad and Tobago, one island from the Polynesia which we are yet to study, one island from Falkland, one island of the Indian Ocean. Like this they are going to give you the question, guys. Okay, so from Caribbean our knowledge base is solid over here. Though if you want, you can read about these particular countries over here which are written, but not recommended to the students who are following this wholeheartedly, right? Okay, over here. So we started with the understanding of, don't forget about this particular small land strip which we have understood, and don't forget about this. This is basically Colombia, which is starting over here. So this is over here the Panama. This is over here Puerto Rico. Okay. Costa Rica, sorry, and this over here you will be finding what this is Honduras over here, Nicaragua over here, and then over here you will be finding El Salvador and Belize, and next to Belize this is your one more country, Guatemala, basically Guatemala, right? I hope you remember the capitals too. Then you will be finding the Bahamas, Nassau, Cuba, capital you can tell me. Then over here Cayman. Then over here I have told you Jamaica. Over here Haiti. Over here one more country I have told you. There will be Dominican Republic. Then you have over here Puerto Rico. Not Costa Rica is over here. Puerto Rico is over here, right? And then you will be finding one country near to this particular part of Venezuela, that Trinidad and Tobago. Then there is a whole ruckus of some island countries also. Just leave that. Okay. So this is a one sphere of which you have understood of this Caribbean island, the Central American country. One more island if I would ask you to remember is Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. This you can go ahead and remember, guys. See, Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. The name itself will tell you that it is not of Pacific or it is not of Indian Ocean, but it is of Atlantic, that too of Caribbean. Okay, like this you have to understand. So the last revision of this we are making now over here. Just tell me the capitals, or I'll just tell me the capitals, or just write down the capitals over here of Belize, of over here you have seen Guatemala, Belmopan, right? Over here El Salvador, San Salvador. Over here you will be finding Nicaragua, not Nicaragua but Honduras. Honduras is having Tegucigalpa. This is one difficult capital to remember. Then over here Nicaragua, Managua. Then over here Puerto Rico or Costa Rica, San Jose. Then over here Panama City. You will be finding Bahamas, Nassau. You will be finding over here Cuba, Havana. Then you will be finding Cayman Island. Then you will be finding Kingston, the capital of Jamaica. Then you will be finding Haiti. Then over here Dominican Republic. Over here Puerto Rico. Over here Grenadines. Over here Trinidad and Tobago. This is your Caribbean Sea. So these countries are touching over here in Caribbean Sea. This is Atlantic Ocean. Over here Gulf of Mexico. Over here Pacific Ocean. Here is your South American continent. This was the chaos which you have seen over here, and we have provided it like sufficient time, right? Now next, this particular understanding we have taken over here of Central America, of Caribbean. Now we will be focusing a bit on this Mexico country, guys. Now this portion which you are seeing over here, let me focus upon this particular part which is coming. This is a peninsula sided by 3 rivers over here, right? Water bodies. So this is a peninsula. Over here also you must be seeing. So this is a part of Mexico. Now these are the provinces, these are the states in which Mexico is divided. No need to learn all these states, but I want you to focus upon 2 particular states which you will be finding. This peninsula is known as something. You might be finding this name which is written, that is Baja Baja. So you can call it as Baja Peninsula. Baja Peninsula. For example, this is Baja Peninsula over here, right? And the country will be mentioned in the examination. One more peninsula they will be giving, because there are Kamchatka Peninsula which you have to know. Now it will become difficult when again world information will be coming. Okay, this you have to follow. And this also over here you will be seeing one peninsula, because again from 3 sides this particular landmass you will be finding. Dekho, this particular landmass again from 3 sides, right? So this is also known as something. So this is known as Yucatan Peninsula, and this is known as your Baja Peninsula, and this whole over here is a Mexico country, right? Later on the physical feature we will be understanding later on, just a understanding, political based understanding. Then you move ahead and you see the USA, United States of America over here, guys. This is USA over here, a bit of complicated land borders you will be finding over here. Now USA is not this only, but it is also having this particular state too in it, right? This is not a mainland USA you will be finding of this state, Alaska, it's far away over here. So don't forget, this is known as the 50th state. So there are 50 provinces, 50 states under USA. So these are the USA. Now political map, inside state boundaries are also visible over here, right? Now I am telling you right now few important provinces which you should know. No need to ratify right now, but a few important cities which you must have heard about also, which you know must be extra also you must be knowing, but some are important from certain features which I'll be telling you later on, right? So over here, for example, the capital of USA, Washington DC, you are going to find over here in the eastern part, eastern USA, Washington DC, guys. Okay. Then you will be finding New York, very famous city over here, it is over here. Okay, then you are going to find Pittsburgh. Now all these 13 colonies or 13 particular states which you are seeing over here, you must have read it in your world history classes too. So these are the colonies which was basically settled by the Britishers initially, and from here only the this particular America country or American constitution was formed by these 13 colonies. But what you have to remember right now, Washington DC, New York City, Pittsburgh, very important. Coal fields, coal mines you will be finding over here. That again later on you will be understanding. Detroit over here, Chicago over here you will be understanding this. Then Silicon Valley, you come to the Silicon Valley and you will be getting this particular San Francisco, Seattle over here, very important. Then if I ask you the Hollywood is in your Los Angeles. Then one important port, these all are port cities over here also, but one port provinces over here you will be finding San Diego, Los Angeles over here. The most like world's largest gambling town, Las Vegas. Now these type of information you don't have to write, but just understand these places over here. Las Vegas, Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego, Seattle, Chicago, Detroit, Pittsburgh, New York City, Washington DC. So these are the cities which I am telling you. But if you want to know the province, this is one province over here. This is California province. So this is California over here. You try to remember. In California, you will be finding San Francisco, Los Angeles, San Diego. In Las Vegas, you are going to find in Nevada province. Right? In Washington over here, you are going to get Seattle. Washington DC is over here, guys. Okay, one more province you have to remember. This is forming a peninsula kind of thing again over here. That is the Floridan Peninsula over here you will be finding. And this type of shape which you are seeing, it is nothing but your Gulf of Mexico. Right. So what is the difference between, if I ask you, a Gulf and Bay? Like in India, you are seeing Bay of Bengal, right? And over here you are seeing Gulf, and time and again you will be seeing a lot of Gulf. See over here, let me show you. Look, Gulf are the places where you will be finding the land masses are narrower. Like this you are going to find. This is water body and this is the land mass over here. So they will be having a narrower opening. But when I'll be increasing the opening of this land mass like this will become broader, right? So this will become bay. When I completely broaden this particular landmass like this will become bight. Okay, bight. And bight I'll be telling you later on when we'll be studying about the Australian continent, bight. So over here you find, that's why in India you will be finding this is a bay because wider opening. Whereas Gulf, over here you are having this Gulf of Khambat. Why? Because narrower opening. This is Gulf of Kutch, narrower opening, right? Gulf of Mexico, again narrower opening over here, right? This is completely covered over here. So that's why Gulf of Mexico like this. From the, what is this peninsula? Yucatan. What is this? Florida. So very narrow opening. Again Gulf of Kutch, narrow. Whereas Bay, if you will be finding, broad opening. And a Bay of Biscay, which I'll be going to tell you when Europe we will be doing, na? So that's why Bay. So Bay is a water body that is small in size, has wider opening. Gulf, narrow opening. Okay, simple. Also, now Canada we will be going on. Now when you will be going on in Canada, the Canada is separated by this parallel which you are going to see over here. And this parallel is known as 49-degree parallel, guys. 49 parallel also we see. Also, we will be understanding it in physical features, the lakes which we are having over here, the 5 Great Lakes, you will be understanding in the next class. In the physical feature, we will be understanding, treated as the, again, boundary of Canada and America too, right? So this is not only the border over here. The border you will be finding, guys, over here too. Over here also, this will be considered also as the border, right? That's why world's longest border between any two countries is of Canada and US. A simple question came in prelims, right? They had not asked you the number, but there were certain countries like over here Canada, US. They have given you Chile and Argentina. They have given you India, China. Like this they have given you. So you remember that the land boundary distance between these two countries is around 8,800 kilometers. Whereas Chile and Argentina, it is around 5,500 approximately. I am telling you. India, China, 3,500 kilometers. No need to remember it, but simple question came, guys, over here, right? Again, from the political understanding of this map. So this also you see 49 parallel over here. That means 45 degrees passing from here somewhere like this. Okay. This is also one thing, and then you will be finding Canada will be coming. Now Canada is having a lot of features like this. Islands you will be finding a lot of island over here. Then again bay you will be finding over here, right? So this is Canada over here. Now let me again switch off my video so that you can see the places which are behind me. See the political map. This is the political map over here. The provinces, the states you must be seeing, Alberta over here, British Columbia. Now the things which you have to remember over here, let me tell you. First of all, we will clear it out, this ruckus over here. We will be understanding this ruckus because over here a lot of sea, bays, Labrador Sea, you have to understand, bays you have to understand, and this type of information comes in the examination. Not the political like Ontario, Manitoba, they will not be asking you like this. But these are certain important cities too, like Quebec, Ontario, right? If I ask you what is the Canada's capital, that is Ottawa. So Ottawa is over here, you will be finding Ottawa. Quebec over here, right? Certain important cities. Toronto over here, guys. Now I want you to see this province, very important island, Newfoundland, very important, right? This you must have read it in your geography NCERT too, and it is important because over here two currents meet. Okay, this province over here is known as Nova Scotia, right? And the point over here which you will be finding over here, Halifax, you will be finding one important in Nova Scotia. You can see the easternmost important city also, Halifax, if you can see. And the westernmost over here, Vancouver, important over here, Vancouver Island you will be finding. One more, when you must have read about environment, there is one protocol for the ozone layer protection, and that protocol is Montreal. So where is that Montreal? Montreal is also over here. See this Montreal in this particular province of Quebec only, Montreal protocol. Now all other things, the mountain, these all things which are written, rivers, will be understanding in the separate lecture, right? Now over here, you see these islands, ruckus, you clear it out. The islands which you have to remember is Bank Island, you will be finding. Victoria Island, you have to understand. Queen Elizabeth Island, these are Queen Elizabeth Island over here. Okay. Ellesmere Island, this is Ellesmere Island. Baffin Island you will be finding over here. A broad one, Baffin Island 2 you will be finding, right? These are all part of this Canada only. Okay, Baffin Island. Then why not Greenland we are seeing? Because this is a European country under Denmark. Okay. So Banks, Victoria, Queen Elizabeth Island, Ellesmere, Baffin Island you will be focusing upon. Now before coming to this, you will be finding this over here, Beaufort Sea, and this is Arctic Ocean. So this is the touch of all these oceans, or all these islands are present in Arctic. This is one more thing which you are learning over here. So one Banks, one Trinidad and Tobago, one over here Cape Verde, one over here will be of some Pacific island, and then they will be giving you the oceans over here, and one question will be for your prelims. This type, in this way they will be giving you the question, guys. So I'm telling you, that's why focus upon the islands from this perspective. You're not wasting your efforts learning any random information, right? Banks Island, Victoria, Queen Elizabeth, Ellesmere, Baffin Island, and over here you will be finding Beaufort Sea, above Alaska, above this particular part. Over here you will be finding Labrador Sea, important sea which you have to learn. Okay, over here this is one more important bay which you are finding, broad opening, Hudson Bay, right? Also over here you are finding near Baffin Island, Baffin Bay. And when you will be going out of Hudson Bay, you will be finding Hudson Strait. Over here David Strait you will be getting. Okay, so remember this also, and let me check, because we just don't have to see it. I'm not just marking it. Now I'll be making you remember that too also. Okay, so over here I have told you Banks and Beaufort Sea, Elizabeth over here, right? Oh, sorry, Victoria Island, then Queen Elizabeth Island, Ellesmere over here, then Baffin. Can you remember? This is your bay, Hudson Bay. Then when you will be going out from Hudson Bay, Hudson Strait you have to choose. Baffin Bay over here. Then over here Labrador Sea. Two seas I have told you. Beaufort, remember it guys wholeheartedly. Beaufort and Labrador. Right. So these are the information which you have to check. And Davis Strait also you don't forget. This is a rough understanding over here. One island I forgot to tell you about is this. And why this is present in Pacific but Hawaiian Island, but this is of USA over here you will be finding. Very important, Hawaiian Island. So Hawaii is present, or Hawaii is of USA territories over here, Hawaiian Island. These are the archipelagos you will be seeing like this, guys. And two important places I want you to highlight which always remain in news is Mount Kea and Kilauea over here. They go three places, Mauna Kea, Mauna Loa and Kilauea, always in news, because these over here you will be finding active volcanoes, right? So Mauna Loa over here is one of the largest active volcano over here you will be finding. Kilauea volcano in Hawaii, volcanoes you will be finding again one active volcano which keep on erupting. Not more than that you won't like understand over here, right? One Honolulu you must have heard about. This Honolulu is the capital of over here, Hawaii. Must have heard about. So I hope now you are getting an idea of the North American continent, right? And now let us see what we have learned over here. This particular over here landmass will be separated now, and it is separated by a small river over here. So this is known as a Bering Strait. So right now in this particular lecture, I have told you about the straits too. Over here, Davis Strait. Over here, Hudson Strait, right? Now over here, I have told you this is what sea? Beaufort. This is what sea? Labrador. This is what bay? Baffin Bay. This is what bay? Hudson Bay. Now the islands, Bank Island, Victoria Island, Queen Elizabeth Island, Ellesmere Island and Baffin Island over here. Very simple to understand, guys. Okay, as you will move ahead over here, this is the USA territory, Alaska, and then this is you are finding Canada, separated by 49-degree parallel. Montreal, Quebec, Halifax, Newfoundland, this Nova Scotia. This over here I have told you to remember Vancouver. These are certain areas which you will be remembering, political areas which you will be remembering from Canada. All these lakes, mountains will be doing in the next lecture. Over here, this is your USA. USA, I have told you a lot of over here. Can you tell me what is this particular province? Important. What is this province? And over here we have learned about Los Angeles, San Francisco. And in Nevada, I have told you one gambling capital, that is Las Vegas, right? And then over here, I have told you peninsula name. Kamchatka, not Kamchatka, but Yucatan and Baja Peninsula. This is Mexico over here. Then Belize, Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and your Panama. I hope you remember. I hope you remember these Caribbean countries also, guys. Okay, Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean Sea, you must be remembering over here. Hawaiian Island, if I tell you where is that, Hawaii over here. Not in the Caribbean, not in Atlantic, but in Pacific. Like this, you have to understand. Now take an understanding from the back side of the map also. This is North America, which we have read today, and this is the South America boundaries, right? When we will be doing Asia and Australia continent, then you will be seeing this boundary also. And this whole is a Pacific Ocean. Sometimes we don't see the back picture also. This is Pacific Ocean over here, guys, and this is the North Pacific Ocean, South Pacific Ocean, right? Like this also you will be seeing. So we have made today in this particular lecture sufficiently the understanding of the political understanding of North America continent, right? This is your South America. Connected with it, you will be finding Central America, right? And then there will be peninsula over here like this. There will be like this over here, and will be going over here like this. A rough understanding, a rough map you have to make, right? Okay. Then these are the Central American countries over here, which we have revised. Bahamas, just remember the capital, Cuba, Cayman Island, Haiti, Kingston, Jamaica, basically Dominican Republic, one more island country, and over here Trinidad and Tobago. This is over here your USA. This is over here 49th parallel, your Canada, and over here this is also USA, separated by Bering Strait. This will be focusing upon later on. So this is all your political understanding of North America, guys. I hope you have revised at the way I want you to revise in this particular lecture, and you must be finding it useful. If you are saying it, do let me know. Thank you so much for this particular lecture. Now we'll be meeting you in the next lecture, where I'll be giving it one more layer of physical features, important mountains, Rockies, Appalachians, important rivers we will be talking about, important lakes and important deserts. Okay? Meet you in the next class. Keep revising, guys. Thank you so much.